First of all, okay, tell me, how does the sports writer stay updated on the latest trends, new developments in the sports betting industry, especially within the diverse US market, Christopher?
The trick to it is to cover the newest state that's launching sports betting next.
Okay,
Because if you've covered them before, like I have, then you'll see, what's different in this new state and what regulators have learned from previous states. So, when Ohio launched sports betting, they banned risk-free language from sports betting advertisements, which, it sounds like a minor thing, but it had been a brewing issue for several months within the industry. And Ohio regulators were the first American market to, crack down on it, and all the other regulators followed suit. So some of those changes you'll see very organically and very quickly when they occur. But it's those new markets that teach you everything you need to know.
okay. How is your experience so far?
How's the experience so far?
Yeah,
Really good. I mean, it's there are always new challenges within the sports betting industry. Advertising language has been largely solved. Some of the new issues, there's going to be new responsible gambling issues. So, some of the things that are probably going to get looked at, one big one would be, is legal advertising on college campuses driving, underage college students to register for offshore sports books, for example? That's a big unanswered question that, some in the responsible gambling space have taken interest in, but it'll be, I think underage gambling will be one of the next big issues to be confronted head on. But it's always evolving, so there's always some new issue to keep up with, and that's from a writer's perspective, that's a really enjoyable part of the job.
okay, fair enough. Okay, can you please highlight the writer's approach to balancing informative content with engaging storytelling when covering the sports betting landscape?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to just, throw numbers at your readers, because then it's too dry, and you can't have, only emotional stories because those stories need context and numbers as well. The trick to it for me is to, find a way to make the numbers mean something. So whenever there are stories about um, the increase in responsible gambling helpline calls in new markets, you can talk about what the impact of problem gambling is on friends and family and workplaces and on problem gamblers themselves. And then when you say, there's a 2 or 3 times increase in the number of problem gambling helpline calls, that's not just a number anymore. It has meaning behind it.
Okay,
So you turn the number into something concrete and human instead of just, a stat with a big percentage sign at the end.
okay,
And for
fair
some
enough.
other numbers, it's easy. Yeah, I mean, tax revenue you don't have to explain to create meaning for. That's always a story. So sometimes it's easy.
Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's difficult, right?